this might be the first misstep in the Land Before Time movie series. Well, let me explain why. Roll the intro. Hey guys, Blazie here, and it's time to talk about The Land Before Time 6, The Secret of Saurus Rock. It came out in 1998 and it's the last in the franchise to use traditional cel-phone animation and to be animated by Acom Studio that worked on all the sequels to this point, and introduces another voice for Littlefoot. He did do the singing voice for him in the last movie, but now he is Littlefoot in this one. And Spike is voiced by Petrie's voice actor Jeff Bennett, who does Petrie in like every movie besides the first one. So I guess Ron Paulson wasn't in that day, because then he in all the others he does Spike after this, just not this one. I don't know. So this one once again starts with narration, but this time by Grandpa Lockneck, as he is telling a story to the kids. So this one actually does make a bit of sense, so I can give it a pass. So he's telling the story of the lone dinosaur. The Great Valley is being attacked in the old times, whatever so long ago, and by the meanest shark-tooth around. But then the lone dinosaur appears and manages to fight back against him, though he ends up with a wicked scar down his face in the process, but manages to defeat the shark-tooth, and the Great Valley is saved. He then leaves, never to be seen again. The story is basically meant to be kind of based on The Lone Ranger, a very old TV show. He continues the story, and not long later a massive rock comes out of the ground and forms into an odd formation that looks like a dinosaur, and they call it Saurus Rock. Now, this is just a story that Grandpa's telling, but at the same time, what the actual hell? Like, this is like the first sort of paranormal weird crap. Like, this is what I was waiting for. That's just beyond weird. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, because like the rock exists kind of sort of overlooking a valley, or just far into the valley. It's very unclear if it's in a valley or not. I assume no, it's in the mysterious beyond, but they don't call it that or reference it, I should say, or anything. If it like there's shark teeth around. I actually just realized that, like, is it in the valley? Why are there shark-tooth there though, in the valley, when they can't come into a valley that's been established? I think I found a massive plot point in this movie. Like, I will say it's in the mysterious beyond, just barely, but like, why would it pop up there, not in the Great Valley? It doesn't make sense, movie. It doesn't, it doesn't make sense. That legitimately makes me confused, but let's just move on. So now, apparently if something happens to Saurus Rock, bad luck will rain down upon the Great Valley. So you mean like when the Great Valley started dying, or when it caught on fire, or when it got eaten completely by bugs? That kind of bad luck? Or just some kind of bad luck, like the Great Valley doesn't sound so great to live in if like what they have gone through is good luck, and the children had barely aged, and already have all this stuff happen. If this is just normal things in the valley, if bad luck is gonna come down to the valley if I mess with a rock, then what does that mean? We are also introduced to Dinah and Dana, one of which is voiced by Nancy Cartwright. And these two are Sarah's twin sisters, and like it's been shown she has younger siblings. Now these two are like a big part of the movie, which is weird, let's be honest. Not to mention they're different colours from what we have seen for Sarah's siblings. So it's just like a design choice, you know, to like make them look a little bit different, to make them like stand out all of a sudden. It's odd, nor do I like them. They speak in their own dialect, being younger, which has never been a thing.
Oh, Dana, Tweety Hortus. Hush, you two.
I will say though, the animation and the lighting with the fire looks great. It really does look beautiful. I really love this scene. So after the story, they all go to sleep, and Littlefoot has a dream that he is a lone dinosaur. So it's something that excites him, basically. The next day, they play around and play the lone dinosaur game, making Sarah the shark-tooth, which was funny having look at her like, yeah, you're the big bad. Littlefoot, of course, ends up being the Lone Ranger, and ends up almost falling to his death, but is saved by a random long neck. Who could it be? I wonder. Sarah's dad and Littlefoot's grandparents come over, like, pretty quickly, I might add. And while the grandparents fake him, of course, Sarah's dad is like, we don't know who he is. He should leave the valley. He actually says it's kinda a loner, and now Sarah's dad thinks that's suspicious and says we should send him on his way. And then the big dude is all like, you sure you feel up to it, friend? And Sarah's dad is like, well, he's all talk, Sarah's dad. And it's funny to see him get taken down a peg. I do like here though, they smartly hide one of the sides of his face. And it's not until right at the end you see the big scar along his face. So in other words, dun dun dun, he is the lone dinosaur. Though he should have like died years and years ago, so it's all a bit strange. But I do give him credit for like hiding that side of his face. That was a smart little move. Time passes, and Littlefoot talks to him, and he says he's been here before, and he even uses his tail like a whip to get out a leaf. Basically, he a cowboy dinosaur, like yeehaw, wah. And so he believes he is the lone dinosaur. So he tells his friends that they sing a song about the lone dinosaur. That is admittedly really catchy, and one of my favourite songs on a bunch, because it's just so catchy, a toe-tapping cowboy western-like song. After hearing the song, the twins who are nearby end up leaving to go see Saurus Rock for themselves. Which, may I add, they don't realise until the next day. Like, they ended up leaving after that, but Sarah, who was responsible for looking after them, doesn't notice until the next day. Whoops. Like, not even Sarah's dad notice them. You know, he doesn't notice his own kids moving. Although I'm really confused because there's times where we call him like Grandpa Freehorn or something, I believe, and it's really confusing actually. Like, is it actually his kids or no, his nephew? That's actually kind of confusing now that I actually think about it, because I'm pretty sure they do call him Grandpa Freehorn, which, yeah, now that confuses the hell out of me now, actually. So they realise they headed to Saurus Rock and go after them. They go after the twins and get attacked by a different designed Sharptooth, but they manage to ward off and find the twins playing on top of Saurus Rock. And they almost fall to their doom by a save though, but they also break off a part of a rock. One of the teeth surrounding it, and they make their way back, only to be attacked again by a Sharptooth. And it's a bit stupid because Sarah doesn't believe that there's like a Sharptooth behind her in the scene. It's like right behind her. The scene lasts for like a good couple minutes, and like it lasts for a while with her like just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna believe you. There's no Sharptooth behind me. Just stop playing around. But you just saw there was a Sharptooth. You know there's a Sharptooth in the area. It's so stupid. It's really stupid. So they end up like crossing over a log, and a Sharptooth comes, but ends up breaking the log, and he falls down all the way down to the ground below. So they get home, and eventually Littlefoot mentions the twins running off, and Sarah's dad overhears them. Now, adults are always in the right place at the right time in this one. And so he gets angry over Sarah not paying attention to the twins, and that was her responsibility. So he gets Sarah to come home with him. The two of them turning their backs on the twins and walking away as the twins just kind of stand there. And eventually one to them, but like, are you serious, movie? You had the dad just turn around and not give a shit about the twins while getting angry at Sarah for doing the same? Is that supposed to be funny? Because it is, but not the way I feel like it's supposed to, because it's got like sad music and stuff playing in the background, but it's a funny scene. Like, how he didn't notice them missing for an entire night previously as well. I guess the lesson here is pay attention to your kids, but my god, it doesn't mean jack in this one, because there's no realization that I'm the one not paying attention to my kid. I shouldn't put it on Sarah, a kid, to look after kids. Is like, it's my responsibility, not hers. But not like in this movie, there's none of that. There's no messages here. There's no realization. That's pretty much the only other time where he acts like that, or like says, you know, gets angry at Sarah over it. Like, there's none of that. There's no messages here, and that is a huge problem, because at least the other movies all had messages. This one doesn't. So Littlefoot is having bad dreams. It says ever since they got back, they have had a lot of bad luck. Even though nothing has happened until now, when like some bad things start happening, you know. And they sing a song about having bad luck. Not a good song, but at the same time, Littlefoot is like, hit it, Spike, and gets him to sing, and it's funny. Because he doesn't sing, it just makes sounds instead. So, I give it a pass for that, but at the same time, it is a bad song. But like, yeah, upon the water has dried up, and just, oh no, the water is drying up. Oh no, it's just that one pond. But it was their favourite. But it's just a little bit of bad luck that one dried up. You guys will be fine. Stop whinging. So now, okay, about 49 minutes in, near the end of the movie, we finally see Doc again, aka the lone dinosaur, that's his name, Doc. He's just like chopping away at leaves. So, a big storm comes in now, so it's time to panic. So yeah, okay, now something's gotta happen to the Great Valley. For the same time, Littlefoot cries out for Grandpa, because he just can't find him. And he's legit just behind him. Okay, so the storm is wild, making him close his eye and hide his face, and it's probably like really, really loud as well. But look up and around for a second, and you'll see him. He just looks so stupid. But Doc comes to Littlefoot's rescue again, but the others all start to blame Doc since he survived. It's been fine until now, yet he still gets blamed. Anyway, Littlefoot doesn't believe he is at fault, and that is because they broke off a piece of a rock. So he argues with Sarah and goes off on his own like a lone dinosaur, and then sings about being alone and what kind of life he could have, like going to bed at any time you like. And then it gets kind of like he understands that it's kind of lonely to be on your own. It's an okay song. It starts off kind of bad, but then does go into like a bit of a sad sort of like realization as it hits. So it's not bad. It still is though, but I guess at least the message in that song makes sense and I like it. But yeah, it is what it is. Seven others eventually do go after him. So now something I should mention, the path they took to get to a rock was destroyed. The way back was a tree they knocked over, which was then destroyed. So how do they get back? Well, magically there's now a path down to where the Sharptooth had fallen, which is now nowhere near as far down as it looked before. Littlefoot goes down to the Sharptooth down there and wants to get one of its teeth, as he figures since that's what he broke off, if he could get like one of the teeth from it, he could fix it. It's kind of great as well. He props them all open with a stick, walks in, the Vorlovish like this, but then he starts like headbutting one of the teeth and just, ow. I guess we had toothache just thinking about it. But the Sharptooth is still alive, because magically the drop wasn't as far as what it looked like originally. Littlefoot just managed to get out in time, but then another Sharptooth who looks more like the usual design shows up. We also see Sarah go and get Grandpa to come and help, who's doing his best by being an old dinosaur. He is struggling to get going as fast as he can, and it's pretty funny, but also really awesome. I love the old dude. Eventually he does show up and start fighting against the sharp teeth. Fighting one off, but has trouble with both of them. But then Doc shows up and helps save the day. Fighting them both back until they knock them out by hitting them up against a rock formation that sends boulders down upon them. But also a tooth comes flying out, almost hitting a kid. So now they have a tooth that they needed. Yay, that's convenient. So then with the battle won, Doc is going to leave, of course. Littlefoot doesn't want him to go. But Doc says he's already got a hero kid and looks back at his grandpa. And I do like that, because goddamn, the old man deserves some respect. He does a lot for the valley. So they put the tooth onto Saurus Rock and all is well in the valley. So in the end now, instead of telling the story of the lone dinosaur, they tell the story of Grandpa coming in and saving everyone. And then, you know, that story changes over time, and so that's maybe what happened to Saurus Rock originally, but then that doesn't explain the bad luck and all that kind of stuff. That's this movie. That's it. It did not explain who Doc really is and what Saurus Rock is exactly. So, like, in Alpha and Omega, right, I'm gonna bring out Alpha and Omega, yeah, this movie's making me bring that up. When it did the movie that was mythical about ghosts and all that, I honestly really enjoyed that one. It had a really sad story and interesting plot. This one here, just not at all. It's a mess with new unlikable kid characters, okay songs, at least one good one, but has no overall messages in this film. It has supernatural elements that make no sense. The film is not good. The animation is nice, I'll give it that, with some of the new locations looking good, and the first scene looking really nice. But it's definitely not the best Land Before Time. Like, it's not the worst kids movie I've seen. In fact, it's not one of the worst movies I've seen. It's just bland and dumb. It's really dumb. So this movie to me is a 4 out of 10 foxes. It's below average for sure, and I don't recommend watching it unless you are a super fan. Like, I didn't mind watching it. I will say that, but there's so many faults with the overall story that makes it such a lackluster movie. If you enjoy just watching like kids movies and such, you'll probably still like it enough, but it's it's dumb. It's really dumb. And it doesn't try to explain any of its dumbness. And that's the problem here. So guys, I hope you liked this review. Sorry that it's a little bit late. I know I didn't really upload a video last week. I was sick. I was sick for like 2 weeks, and I'm finally better now. Hopefully I stay better so I can continue making all these reviews, because there's still a lot to go. I hope you do enjoy these reviews, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe to my channel, because I love you if you do. Hit that bell icon, and this fox says, be who you want to be. Alright guys, bye for now. Hey guys, Blazie here, and it's time to talk about The Land Before Time 6, the secret of the blah. So now apparently if something happens to Saurus Walk, bad luck will... Yeah. So now apparently if something happens to Saurus Walk, bad luck will descend upon the great... the bleh. He, as he says, is a kinda a loner, so his dad thinks it's suspicious, and says we should send him on a... send the bleh. My hair being weird. Since when is my hair being weird? I need to stop playing with it all the time. Just let it do its thing. And it's funny to see her get taken down a peg. I do like here though, they smartly hide one of his... That's how cowboys would work, right? Just yeehaw, wah. Cowboy dinosaurs would totally work like that. That's how it works. Yeehaw! Wah! Oh, gosh. If I didn't make myself laugh, I'll be dead by now. So they realise they're headed to Saurus Walk and go after them. They go after the twins and get attacked by a different designed Sharptooth. They run off though and find their twins playing on top of Saurus Walk. And almost fall to their doom, but they are saved though. But also, they break off a part of the walk, one of the teeth surrounding it, and they make their way back to the... I did not write this script very well. Littlefoot goes down to him and wants to get one of his teeth, as he figures since then that's what they broke, they can use that as a blah blah, I don't know what I'm saying.